Okay, Robert, so we've just recorded our audio episode. Thank you very much for that. It was jam-packed with intrigue and interesting chit-chat. We covered, what did we cover? Your YouTube channel, why you shut down your YouTube channel, your performance in recent times, your expectations for the market, all sorts of juicy stuff. Good old chat, eh?
Yeah, I tried my best anyway.
Well, so if you want to hear that, of course, all you have to do is click on the link to the audio version. Oh, of course, that's only available for supporters of the show. But I mean, it's very easy to become a supporter, Robert. Don't know if you know all this, but all that the viewer has to do is go over to the Patreon link, $3 a month, price of a cup of coffee, and access all areas. So anyway, so Robert, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing better than I probably should be, to be honest. I actually feel a lot more relaxed than I have in a while. Start of the year was a little bit fluffy for me, but starting to feel a little bit more relaxed as of right now.
Well, you're keeping a cool head. I saw you on social media, I think, posting a gym picture of yourself, declaring how you were in great shape.
Benefits of bear markets, yeah. Well, I think a lot of people should probably exercise a little bit more. I mean, life's tough as it is, but when it's a bear market, I mean, your mind wanders a little bit. So get the monkey out of the mind, go to the gym, work out a little bit, and you'll feel much better.
So when you're on the treadmill, you're not listening to like podcasts about the market or something?
Listen, there's a trick to it, okay? The trick is the first 10 minutes that everyone gets on a treadmill, they're warming up, blood's not flowing, feel like crap, and they get off after like 6-7 minutes. You have to wait till you warm up. Then you need a super loud song on repeat. And then after about 10-12 minutes, it becomes like hypnotic, right? So the music just disappears. You start running a little bit faster and you have no choice but to face all the problems in your day. And you have to think about it. And you keep running. And by the end of it, you've figured out the world. And that's sort of what worked for me.
Very
but
good.
It takes a little bit of time. There's a little bit of an act to it. But you could be running. If you have a bad day, you could be running for a couple hours. But you feel great after it. And it's a lot easier to manage the day.
So you think back to your last gym session. What's the song that's on repeat in your head?
To be honest, I listen to music that I've never listened to in the gym. And it's a song called, there's a song called Concrete Angel. It's like a really, really hard sort of, I don't know, techno type song. I don't like that necessarily music, but there's a background rhythm to it. And when you turn it up really loud, it's really repetitive and it kind of spins in your head until you kind of don't hear it anymore. It's just like that one thing that's bugging you in the day that comes to the forefront. It's like, it helps.
Okay, well, if I can find that, I'll link to it in the show notes.
I'll send it over to you. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't think many people will like it, but it's just that one song that works.
So you're down the gym in Bilbao, where you live.
Yeah.
And I also saw you lamenting has there been a tax increase in Spain?
There's been a wealth tax. So anyone that earns over 3 million, not earns, but has over 3 million has to pay tax, a percentage of that every year, which is pretty disappointing, to be honest, because the higher rate of tax is already, look, the services here are great. The quality of life is phenomenal. Cost of living is very low, but I mean, I just see it as getting a little bit too regressive. Some people might disagree with me, but I think everyone should have the opportunity to make reasonable amounts of money without being restrictive like that. Otherwise, I mean, how are we going to advance? But anyway, that's my view.
You're not planning on upping sticks?
I would have a few years ago, but I've got 2 kids and they love it here and they're very Basque. So it makes it a little bit more difficult. So probably not. What I might do is just roll it into a company and leave all my assets in a company and then pay. You see, in the Basque country where I live, they have fiscal autonomy. So the tax rate here is actually a little bit lower than the rest of Spain. So I might just roll it into a company and avoid that wealth tax and just pay income tax and capital gains. Capital gains is only, I think it's 23%. So It's lower than Ireland as well. Ireland has lower income tax for corporations, 12.5%. But here And over there you have 33% capital gains, but here's 23.
Would you ever think about going back to the old country?
No. Yeah, I love Ireland, but
it's a great place to go on holiday too.
Yeah, I do. I do go back, but it's, we're all going to be dead soon, and seeing the rest of the world is, it makes it a little bit more interesting. When I moved to Spain, I mean, it's a completely different quality of life as well. I mean, I don't want to be sitting in a wheelchair, Gav, 65, 70 years of age, saying, you know what, I should have, could have, would have. Yeah, so I'd rather go and make the mistake, and then I can fix it later on if I have to.
No mistakes. So, tell us a little bit more about the PI meetup then, about how much crack you had there, or not just the usual stuff, not the stuff we talked about in the audio episode. Tell us something else entertaining about it.
Well, I've lost my bank card like every week for like maybe 2 months. And I got to London, got to the hotel that I was staying in, and my room had cancelled on the night. So it started off pretty damn bad because my card had cancelled my booking. And anyway, I had to pay a steep premium for my room. But yeah, I showed up late to the event, not casually late. I just couldn't find it. I was just walking around for ages. No, it was good. It was good. Yeah, no, it was good. I'm a little bit more introverted, I'd say, than most of the people there. So I kind of kept to myself. And no, it was good. There was a lot of people there that kind of gave different perspectives on investing that made a lot of sense to me. Like, Ishrak, for argument's sake, talking about going through a significant drawdown on a position and then making probably the best return he'll make on an individual company, I would say, in his career. Like, that was a very unique situation, but sitting through the pain first. I mean, it's good to hear someone else's perspective as I'm going through it at the moment. So I took a lot out of it. I got a better understanding of what eToro's future is likely to be, which kind of changes everything. And so, yeah, no, it was good. It was good fun. Before you ask, I was on the water. I was very respectful.
Say that again.
I was on the water. I was very respectful.
You were on the water, as in you were not.
I was keeping it under wraps. Yeah, I mean, these social events. In fact, actually, I haven't actually had a drink in maybe a couple of months. Mm-hmm. I kind of decided to scale it back, but yeah, we had drinks after, which was good to get to know everyone. But
did anyone have a few too many and let the side down?
I would say a few did, but I don't know if I stayed around long enough to see that. I would say that was definitely, yeah, I'd say
that's how the evening was looking like it was going.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it always is. It's not a case of like you can get away from that. I mean, I think that's anytime alcohol is involved, where you have sort of Anglo-Saxon participation, sure. It always goes a little bit too far. I mean, it always does naturally.
And did you get to spend any time with Jay or anyone like that who you sort of know a bit?
Yeah, I was speaking with Jay a little bit with everyone. Jay, well, I say everyone. There was a lot of people there. Jay, Zek is kind of like a teddy bear, this giant teddy bear, super nice, friendly guy. Huge. I was very surprised at how big he was. And Sam was hilarious. I offered to buy Sam an iron. Sam scrunched up his shirt, stuck it in his bag.
Sam Rudnick.
Yeah, stuck it on his back, cycled as quick as he could to the event, took the shirt out, it was all creased. I was like, Sam, would you like me to buy you? Would you like me to buy you an iron? Mm-hmm. But no, Sam's a great guy. I really enjoyed chatting with him. It's just good to meet everyone. You see it, you converse over the internet, and it's very different in person.
Very different. And one thing that people keep mentioning when I ask them about it is they're surprised at the varying heights of people. Like you just said, Zach was massive. Somebody else commented that Jordan Boer was a man mountain.
There was one guy that was absolutely giant. I'm trying to think of his. You probably had him on before. There has to be someone that's Bishop. William Bishop,
yeah.
He is huge. Like, you walk into the room and there's a level of big and small. And then William's like, not just like head above everyone else, but like a bit of the shoulder as well. Yeah. He was very tall.
Yeah.
I'm average height, 5'10", 5'11". I would
Mhm.
say I was one of the smaller people there. Yeah, it was interesting,
Very good.
intimidating. Yeah.
And the only other thing I have in my notes for this little video chat is an update on Athletic Bilbao. Are you still following them? Is your wife still a super fan? Or your dog still dressed up in the colours?
Well, the only game I got to go to this year was the one game against Espanyol, and they lost. So that was disappointing. And they haven't lost the game since. We're obliged to be. My wife's cousin plays for the club, so
Say that
we're
again?
obliged to. My wife's cousin plays for Atleti.
Your wife's cousin plays for the club, like first team.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll leave it at that. But anyway, we're obliged to be supporters. And so, yeah, no, it's funny because my wife was never a football supporter until we came to Bilbao. And she's like, yeah, I love the club. And so, no, it's good.
And you used to play when you were young, didn't you?
I did. I used to play. I'd like to believe I tried to be competitive anyway. But when, like about the problem is in Ireland, I wanted to be a professional football player, but at about the age of 17, it wasn't going to happen. I went through a couple of trials with a couple of different clubs.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't get picked out. At 17, it's too late. You got to be big. You got to be strong. That's just how the English work. Never happened. And I just stopped playing. I never played again. So,
oh, dear.
Never even watched football again. I used to know football players, shoe size, everything. I used to know like who their grandparents were, where they live, everything. I knew every tiny detail. Like I was obsessed about it. And then I don't know, you kind of get to a point where, this isn't going to work. So you move on.
And your surname is Reynolds. Are you any relation to the head of the Football Association of Ireland, that guy Reynolds? Is he any relation to you?
No.
Controversial figure.
No. Who is it? I have no idea. Reynolds? But this is not a relative of mine.
No relative of yours. Okay, fair enough.
No.
So you don't get out to play like with a bunch of middle-aged men, play a bit of futsal or something these days?
No.
That's too bad, Rob. All that talent going to waste.
I haven't played in 15 years plus.
Don't lose it.
It's gone. It's fully gone. Yeah, for sure. But no, I don't know. You get to a point where I don't know. It was pretty. I don't know. It was just done. It was enough.
Yeah, well, it's tough on the knees when you get to a certain age. Playing on the harder surface as well.
Yeah. But anyway, now the football, unfortunately, is never really got to where I wanted it to be.
Well, I'm sure the same won't be said of your investing career, and we look forward to seeing how you get on in the future, Rob. Okay, let's wrap it up there. Cheers, Rob.
Cheers, Gav. All the best.